Welcome to the Retro Movie Review, the show that sends geeks to the slaughter every week. Two geeks will compete in a 2-minute movie rant-off, and the loser will suffer the button of doom. So now it's time to bring out the geeks. Geek number 1 is Clive. And geek number 2 is Chris. And they'll be ranting to avoid something like this. And this. This week our geeks will be going to war over straw dogs. American mathematician David Sumner and his English wife Amy moved from the US to a remote Cornish farmhouse near Amy's hometown. David plans to work on his thesis, but his studying is interrupted by Amy's constant flirtations with the local men. He finds himself increasingly alienated from the menacing villagers, and when a young girl is murdered, a lynch mob lays siege to the Sumner's home. Starring Dustin Hoffman and Susan George, Straw Dogs was directed by Sam Peckinpah and based on the novel The Siege of Trenchers Farm by Gordon Williams. The largely British cast includes Peter Vaughan, who'd later find fame as Grouty in Porridge, Jim Norton, who'd become Bishop Brennan in Father Ted, and Sally Tomsett, who starred in Man About the House. But the movie, released in 1971, is best known for an infamous rape sequence that saw it banned from video release until 2002.
This film proves that even when not making a western, Sam Peckinpah always made westerns. This is High Noon in the English Southwest. Yes, it's brutal, but it has a strong moral code. It's the classic revenge story, but unlike other movies in the genre like Death Wish, it never glamorises violence. Sumner doesn't turn into a one-dimensional killing machine. Hoffman convincingly...
Moral code. Straw dogs make I Spit in Your Grave look like Sister Act. It's obvious that Peckinpah hated women, and he gives his misogyny free rein in this nasty little film. Susan George's character is raped, and she likes it. If it wasn't for this disgusting scene, this movie would have dissipated into obscurity years ago. It's the sort of film that makes you want to have a shower.
Just because it's unsettling to watch doesn't mean it's a worthless film, and its reputation is more to do with a terrible decision by the censors than Peckinpah. The cuts made for American distribution were intended to reduce the duration of the sequence, but instead left the audience with the impression that Amy enjoyed it. The uncut version, released in 2002, clears up any ambiguity with the inclusion of a second rape scene.
Great! That's what this movie is crying out for, more rapes. It might hang together if you felt any empathy for any of the characters, but the two people you're expected to sympathise with the most are a paedophile and an American mathematician, and the "you're new round these parts" ancient yokel genre has been executed far, far better in movies like Deliverance and Southern Comfort.
The fact that Peckinpah has refused to sugarcoat the uncomfortable subject matter gives the movie its power. There may be no heroics, but there's an honest script, great acting and terrific location work which creates a tremendous escalation of mood. And it's clearly been made by people who have first-hand experience of the English countryside. It's cold and wild in all its magnificent glory, and it's the perfect backdrop.
What knowledge of the English countryside? Most of the people who live in this Cornish village have Irish accents. A woman is raped, and she enjoys it. It's wrong, so very wrong.
At my signal, unleash hell. This has been the Retro Movie Review. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra!